Welcome back once again, folks, to the Motherboards.org YouTube channel. I'm Eric Ferris, your host, and this week we'll be talking about storage and how much faster it's actually getting for you folks. What we're going to be looking at today is we're going to be looking at the new RevoDrive drive. This is from OCZ, and what it basically does is it combines a hard drive and an SSD drive and then does the caching on it to make it super fast, like using actually a pair of SSD drives in RAID. Pretty fast stuff. So basically you have a Toshiba drive that's almost 1 terabyte for the hard drive, and then you have a 100 gigabyte SSD drive built on board the card. Now, this card is a single slot PCI slot card. It's totally different than a normal hard drive. No SATA cables, no PATA cables. You just plug it into 4X PCI slot, boom, you're up and going. For you folks out there who are installing Windows, you want to make sure that you download the drivers off their website first. And you guys don't want to make the mistake that I did actually. I actually installed the card first and then figured out after I installed the card that the number for my software, the caching software, it was actually on the card itself. So I had to go in, foolishly take the card back out and find the number and then keep going. So that's just something you want to take into consideration. For installation, it's pretty simple. You just install it into a PCI slot, boot the system up with your Windows disk, install the drivers, it'll auto detect it. Now at this time, you're gonna see two drives that show up. You're gonna see a 931 gigabyte drive and you're gonna see a 91 gigabyte drive. The 91 gigabyte drive is your SSD. Don't try to install the OS on this. You wanna make sure you install it on the other one first. After you boot into the Windows environment, the first thing that you wanna go do is you're gonna wanna install the Dataplex software. This will allow you to enable the caching on the drive and speed up the drive considerably. Even though technically this drive could be used as a storage drive, it's really not recommended that you do so. If you've already got a drive in your system that you're using as your boot drive, you're not going to want to use this product because this product is better to put the OS on the hard drive and then use the SSD as the caching software. If any of you guys out there follow the new Z68 chipset from Intel, they allowed something like this in what they called smart response technology. This was using the same type of thing, and Silverstone also had something that was like this but never really worked at these speeds. Taking a look at the Atto benchmark, you guys can see that this thing is really looking incredible. 750 on the write and almost 1,000 on the read. These are just off the hook, and these are considerably faster than anything else I've even seen. Even using the two OCZ drives that we built using the Beast system, you can see that right here. You can see that we were getting scores that were just a little bit better with using two of those drives in RAID. This is not RAID at all. This is just straight into the PCI slot. Now here's the Windows score. Now I know Windows scored doesn't mean a whole lot, but when you get a 5.9 at a Windows score, that usually means that you're using just a standard hard drive, not an SSD. Usually with an SSD, you get between 7.1 or 7.8. I don't really know why the Windows score is like that. It probably doesn't really matter that much because as you guys can see in the Atto, it is considerably way faster. So closing out this video, this thing's about $500. You can get it all over the net. And right now, from what I can see, it actually is one of the very fastest solutions you can get your hands on. I know that when you buy just a standard SATA drive, sure, you can get a standard SATA drive now for about, for 1 terabyte, like what, close to $200 if you get a really fast one, right? Somewhere around that area. Maybe if you get like a Velociraptor or something even more. And if you're trying to get an SSD that's 1 terabyte, come on, get out of town. You're talking so much money you're gonna go broke. So you get considerably a terabyte of storage, very fast read and write speeds, and a price that's around $500. So it's like right in the middle of the market. At the end of the day, if you're looking for an ultra fast solution, you don't want to break the bank, man, I got to tell you, the new OCZ RevoDrive is something you should seriously take a look at. I'm Elric. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you here later on Motherboards.org.